Welcome back to Velvet Scholar. Tonight we are stepping away from the bright, fast-paced world of the present and letting ourselves slide into a quiet, cold, and beautifully still corner of the ancient past. Before we let the darkness settle in, I want to invite you to take a slow, deep breath and leave the burdens of today behind. Wherever you are listening from right now, what time is it in your part of the world? Was your day long? Was it gentle? Share your evening thoughts with me in the comments. And if you find comfort in this quiet space, please like this video to help our peaceful community grow. Now, close your eyes, adjust your blankets, and let the cold world fade away. Imagine the far north, 1,000 years ago. The year is 985, and the brief golden autumn of Scandinavia has vanished overnight. A heavy, suffocating silence falls over the fjords as the first great blizzard of the season arrives. The modern imagination often paints the Vikings as restless voyagers, always sailing across stormy seas or standing tall on the decks of longships. But the truth of their history is much quieter, much slower, and far colder. For more than 5 months of the year, life did not move outward. It moved inward. It shrank to the boundaries of a single, smoke-filled room, the Longhouse. We find ourselves standing outside a traditional settlement, nestled at the base of a towering, snow-covered mountain. The sun has already set, though it is barely 3 o'clock in the afternoon. In the deep winter of the north, the sun does not rule the sky. It merely glances over the horizon for a few brief hours before slipping away, leaving behind a vast, frozen twilight that lasts for 20 hours a day. The air outside is bitterly sharp, so cold that it catches in your throat and turns your breath into instant frost. The paths between the timber houses are buried under 4 feet of dense, unyielding snow. But through the small, low doorways of the longhouse, a faint, warm glow escapes into the dark. We step inside, pulling a heavy woolen curtain shut behind us to lock out the howling wind. The atmosphere changes instantly. The longhouse is an enormous structure, 70 feet long, built from thick, overlapping planks of oak and insulated with layers of dried moss and earth. There are no windows here. To have a window would mean letting the deadly winter air slip inside. Instead, the only light comes from the long, narrow hearth, cutting through the very center of the dirt floor. A steady, low-burning fire of dried birch logs crackles softly. The smoke from the hearth rises slowly, swirling in the rafters, before finding its way out through a small, narrow hole in the roof. Because the exit is so small, a thick, hazy blanket of blue-gray smoke permanently hangs just above head height. To survive the winter here, you must learn to live low to the ground. The people of the house, perhaps 3 generations of a single family, totaling 25 people, sit on low, wide wooden benches that line the walls. I wonder, how did it feel to spend 100 days in this perpetual dim twilight? No privacy, no walks under the sun, just the rhythmic creaking of the timber walls and the heavy scent of wood smoke, wet wool, and pine resin. Beside the human family, the benches at the far end of the longhouse are occupied by the cattle and sheep. In the deepest months of the winter, The animals could not survive outside. They were brought into the home, their shared body warmth serving as a vital, natural furnace that kept the family from freezing. The soft, occasional rustle of straw, the gentle, low sigh of a resting cow, these were the ambient sounds of a Viking winter. It was not a time of grand adventures. It was an exercise in absolute collective patience. Everyone is engaged in the slow, monotonous work of survival. In the dim corner, the rhythmic thump-clack of a warp-weighted loom echoes softly. A woman is weaving a thick, heavy cloak made of wadmal, a dense, coarse wool coated in natural sheep lanolin to make it completely waterproof. Her fingers move with a slow, practiced wisdom, over and under, counting the threads by the flickering light of a small iron lamp filled with seal oil. The lamp emits a tiny golden flame that casts long, breathing shadows across the carved wooden pillars of the house. Near the fire, an old man uses a small knife to carve a new handle for an iron adze from a piece of ash wood. The small shavings of wood curl away from his blade, falling into the dirt with a faint, soft rustle. There is no hurry. In the winter, time loses its meaning. There are no deadlines, no schedules. You do not try to conquer the season. You simply endure it, matching your heartbeat to the slow, heavy rhythm of the earth. Listen to the wind outside. It rattles against the thick sod roof, a distant, hollow roar that reminds everyone inside how fragile life can be beyond these wooden walls. But inside, the heavy blankets of sheepskin and bear fur offer absolute protection. The pantry is full of salted herring, dried mutton, and heavy wheels of sour cheese, prepared during the frantic weeks of August. Food is eaten slowly, saved carefully, and appreciated deeply. As the night deepens, the work at the loom stops. The carving knife is put away. The great birch logs in the hearth have burned down to a magnificent, pulsing bed of deep orange embers. The heat they cast is heavy, dry, and incredibly comforting. One by one, the family members pull their thick wool cloaks tightly around their shoulders and lie down on the soft beds of heather and moss. The longhouse grows quiet, save for the steady, synchronized breathing of humans and animals alike, an ancient chorus of survival. The freezing dark of the northern world is vast, but it cannot touch the warmth of the hearth. The embers glow, fading slowly from orange to a deep, restful crimson. The shadows on the ceiling slow down, moving in a gentle, hypnotic rhythm, up and down, up and down. Let yourself sink into that same quiet safety. The winter is outside, but you are warm, you are safe, and the night is perfectly still. Sleep now. Drift away into the deep, dark, and beautiful silence of the north. Good night.